It's time to talk about the oil, gas, and energy in the Permian Basin with your host, Mickey Cargile. Join us for insightful conversations on market trends, industry innovations, and what it means for your investments. Stay informed and ahead in the energy world with Mickey Cargile leading the way.
I'm Mickey Cargile, and you're watching Oil, Gas, and Energy. Today, we're highlighting one of the premier events in our area, the Permian Basin International Oil Show. The Oil Show is a biannual event that allows vendors and buyers to come together and not only show off new technology, but also have that time to build relationships between buyers and sellers. We're so happy to have with us today Anthony Fry, who is the Executive Director of the Permian Basin International Oil Show. Welcome, Tony. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much for having
me.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the history of the oil show.
It began in 1940. Some guys that started the Odessa Chamber of Commerce. They were also instrumental in starting the Chuckwagon Gang and the oil show, and kind of looking for things to do. And it ran in 1940, 1941, in October 41. We know what happened in December of 1941. So there was about a 5-year gap there before it picked back up again. It's been going continuously ever since.
Great. Well, it's a famous event. It's probably why the Chuckwagon Gang is so famous, is because of their work with the oil show. So it serves both roles.
One of the reasons, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about who is an exhibitor at your show.
Anybody that's got new products. A lot of people have been around for many, many years, but they want to come out and interface with their customers, meet new potential customers, whether it's products, services, anything that they offer to the oil and gas industry. We are trying to make it where it is strictly oil and gas industry related.
And how many exhibitors did you have in the last show?
Last show was about 715, roughly. We have about 1,100 exhibit spaces. Of course, a lot of people take multiples, so about 715.
You know, the thing we all recognize is during the oil show week, if you drive by the Coliseum, the Ector County Coliseum, it's full of equipment. Mm-hmm. Do you limit people on how much equipment they can bring? I don't know how you squeeze so much equipment in a small space.
As long as it fit on the Ector County Coliseum footprint, we're good.
Great.
You know, I mean, we do have spaces drawn up, and they have to fit inside their exhibit space.
Mm-hmm. And if someone wants to be a part of the oil show, how do they go about that?
We have an exhibitor application online, PBI Oil Show that's email. PermianBasinOilShow.org.
And so we're on an off year this year. You have the show on odd number years.
Correct.
Is that correct? And then what month is the oil show?
In October. In 27 will be October. I can't remember the date. It's always the third full week in October.
So if I wanted to be a part of it, when should I get my application in?
Right now.
Yeah, because you'll sell out.
We've already got a waiting list to get in.
Mm-hmm. So what is the economic impact to Midland, Odessa for the oil show? The
last numbers I heard from the Chambers of Commerce was about $20 million between Midland and Odessa. Mm-hmm. They'll see, take that 20 million, roughly divide it, so about $10 million per community.
Well, that's a huge event for us. So it's Permian Basin International Oil Show. What's the international?
We do have international attendees. We also have quite a few international companies that exhibit. So.
Okay. And in your job as executive director, what do you do? What is your role?
Basically, take care of the day-to-day paperwork, arrange for meetings, work with our treasurer on our audits and tax returns. We'll start working on 2027 here midsummer, and once we get the audit out of the way, we'll start working on the show.
And you have a long history of working for the oil show. Tell us about that.
Well, I came on the board of directors in 1986, I think. Before I had actually participated as an exhibitor. Became the executive director in 2005, and have continued with that. Very enjoyable. A lot of people I really enjoy working with. So,
yeah, Tony, I don't know how it happened, but 2005 was a long time ago.
Really?
It passes quickly.
Doesn't feel that long.
You've been here a long time.
Yeah.
We appreciate the work you do. The oil show is one of the highlights, certainly of activities that are out here. It's a great event. It's a lot of fun, but it also gives the opportunity for people to shake the hands of the people they're doing business with.
You're correct. I think that's one of the things that we're the face-to-face, getting to know you as a vendor or as a customer. That's always important.
So Tony, in our local area, the average age is 31. So as we look at the new entrepreneurs coming into the business, new people in the supply business and in the service business, how can the oil show help them get in front of their customers?
We have actual physical products on display. I think it's very important to see your vendors, or as a vendor, see your customers in up close and in person. Show and actually describe what your product can do, or describe what your services can do to help them. I know internet and everything is very popular, but yeah, it's hard to replace that face-to-face, person-to-person, and so that's what I think we can do with for the new guys. I say new guys, you know, I'm an old timer, so, but for the new guys coming in the industry.
Absolutely. And, you know, one of the benefits of our local capitalist system is that it does encourage entrepreneurship, and people believe that they can succeed, and they do. When you have exhibitors, how many of those are young people starting out versus, I know you have large companies exhibiting as well.
I would say probably 25 to 30% are new companies just getting, you know, they want to be in the show so they can be seen and have a chance to talk to people.
So Tony, as we look at becoming exhibitors for the oil show, tell us how we get in touch with the Permian Basin Oil Show, and how do we become an exhibitor?
There is an exhibitor application on our website, PBIOilshow.org. If they'll fill that in, it comes in as time and date stamp, so we kind of approach those in order of receipt. They can always call the office, 432-367-1112, and talk to us. We're not there all the time right now. Leave a message, we'll get back with them.
So is the oil show for 2027 sold out?
Well, right now, if you were an exhibitor in the previous show, you have automatic right of refusal or to move around as you'd like to, but if we can accommodate it. But so I'm going to say yes, but that's hard to say. We don't know. We have some people that drop out, mergers, acquisitions, that kind of stuff. So,
well, I would say get your application in now, get on the list, and if not in 27, then in 29.
Yeah, absolutely. The sooner the better.
Well, again, thank you, Tony, for being with us, and we'll be right back.
August 27th, 1859, Edwin Drake struck oil in Titusville, Pennsylvania. August 27th, 2026, the Permian Basin celebrates. National Petroleum Day proudly honors Jack Harper and Jim Woodcock. Join us at the NPD Gala inside the Petroleum Club of Midland, or experience the National Petroleum Day tailgate that same night on Wall Street. The NPD Landman theme is brought to you by AAPL. The National Petroleum Day tailgate entertainment and spirits are brought to you by Out West. Reserve your table at nationalpetroleumday.com.
Buying, selling, or investing, real estate is a major life decision. The agency, Carey Payne James Real Estate Team, delivers heart, strategy, and over 100 years of combined experience. Every detail, from expert staging to professional photography, is handled with care. Led by the trusted and compassionate Carey Payne James, this top-producing Midland team is known for making real estate seamless, rewarding, and even enjoyable. Learn more at the agency kpj.com.
Texas Industrial Automation Services brings over 30 years of expertise from industry legend Ronald Wilhoit, serving Texas since 2004. Our battle-tested team delivers top-tier automation solutions and value-packed service with relentless dedication to every customer. Quality endures, innovation thrives, and results are unstoppable. Learn more at iasmidland.com.
Don't miss the National Petroleum Day tailgate on August 27th. It's free and open to the public on Wall Street. Presented by the Permian Basin International Oil Show. We'll see you there.
Entertainment for the National Petroleum Day tailgate is brought to you by Out West.
This August 27th, National Petroleum Day, honors Permian Basin legend Jim Woodcock, philanthropist, community leader, and environmental pioneer in oil and gas. Join us at the Petroleum Club of Midland and reserve your table now at nationalpetroleumday.com.
And we're so happy to have with us today Martin Graves, who's the current president of the Oil Show. Welcome. Thank you for being with us.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me, Mickey.
Martin, tell us a little bit about the Oil Show and what you're trying to do this year.
We just had our 2025 show. It's a international trade show, and our main goal is to give companies with products to sell a chance to exhibit them, and then we try to get good attendees because we want the exhibitors to feel like the money that they spend showing, because it's a 3-day show, is well worth their time, and we hope that their technology, their products, all that get showcased well, and so that's our main purpose.
So we're used to the Oil Show being on the even number of years. It's every 2 years, right. But it's changed since COVID.
It has. It's changed. We had a little time off because of COVID and moved it to the odd years. And so I guess that would have been, we skipped 2022, went to 2023. And Tommy Pipes was the president then, and he had a little bit longer to serve because of that, but did a great job. And so, so now we're every 2 years, or odd years. So 2027 will be our next show in October.
Chuck Weckengang is still involved, is that correct?
Very involved. They're on site. They serve lunch. I know Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that's the show. I know they serve lunch then. I think they do Monday also, but for sure 3 days. And they do a great job. The attendees, the exhibitors can buy tickets, and so it's a highlight to, like I was saying, a highlight to watch them move and cook, and they do a real good job. And so we feel like they represent us well.
Mm-hmm. And as far as impact to the community, I know it's a big driver. I mean, during Oil Show week, you can't get a hotel room. All the restaurants are full.
Right.
Have you done any studies on how much money that brings to the community?
I don't have a number for you, but every year we sit down, in the past we've sat down with like the chambers, and they're just really, that's one of their big times, as far as they see on the revenue they make with the hotel tax money, and then the stuff they see with the restaurants too. I do not have any numbers, but it's big. It's big. It's very big, and it's nice to know that it's benefiting the community, both Midland and Odessa.
Well, how does the Permian Basin International Oil Show compare to other? There are other oil shows. How does this one compare?
There are other oil shows. We feel like we are probably the largest inland show, to be honest with you. There used to be one in Louisiana. Don't think it's around anymore. The trade show in Houston, which is the offshore trade show, it's still around, but it's more it's kind of slowed down or contracted a little bit. But we truly are the largest inland show for the oil and gas industry, and we'd like to keep it that way. And we're working hard on something I just wanted to share with you, if you don't mind, is trade shows have typically kind of contracted. You can buy so much of the things you want on other avenues, whether that be the computer or whatever. But we feel like the trade show still has a place to do one-on-one with the exhibitors, with their vendors, and they have an opportunity to actually meet and talk. And so it's with the age of the oil show getting older, right? And then we've got these newer, younger people in the industries. We're trying to match that. We want them to see the benefit of the show. So kind of like the National Petroleum Day, we kind of wake up, and if we can be a part of that, then we're going to get some new things out, some new people,
Well, online and with 800 numbers, you can buy the commodity,
right?
But you don't have the relationship, the professionalism, or the knowledge of product that you can get with building those relationships.
That's exactly right.
I think that's probably what really drives your exhibitors to come to Odessa for this program.
I think so. I think you hit that right. Exactly.
How many exhibitors will you have this year?
715 is what we had last year, and we'll push again for the same amount. We were, in our eyes, technically sold out. So we had every booth full, and so that's a good number to us. But it's also better when we hear from the exhibitors that, hey, this was a good show. We actually met some people that we were quality attendees, and so that's even a better deal when we hear that.
Okay. Well, Martin, I know that we were talking a little bit about you're somewhat of a legacy as president. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I think it was 88. I was just on the board, the general board, and at the time I don't know, I'm trying to think if it was probably already changed to a 3-day show. We used to have a big parade and all that. So there were other things going on, but you worked the show. My father-in-law, Joe Young, was on the executive board, and he was a president in the 2000s. And so I get voted on to go back or get on the executive director board and just work my way up through the system. And a lot of good guys, a lot of good presidents, both from Odessa and Midland. And it's just it's really, it was nice to be able to serve and honor the board, but also honor my father-in-law.
Wonderful. And this is a volunteer position.
Yes, sir.
And so you have a real job as well as this.
I do have a real job. I do. Yes, I do.
Tell us what you do.
Well, I have a company called Insulation Products, and we're a insulation distributor, fabricator, and most of our work is industrial. So we sell to the contractors that actually install it, basically for the midstream part of the business. And so so I am tied to the oil and gas industry, but it's in the middle, it's in the midstream, not the actual upstream part of it.
Well, we certainly thank you for your time, what you volunteer toward this. I know this is a huge operation. Well, and it's not something you touch once a week.
No, yeah, exactly. But it's like I said, it's been an honor.
Martin, I really appreciate how comfortable you are in front of the camera.
Okay.
I understand you have some professional training.
Yeah, I got a little bit this year at the show. Landman showed up to do some bee filming for their second season, and so they actually got us doing the opening ceremony ribbon cutting. So it was fun. It was fun to be in there, and they kind of got me, I don't know, I was trying to think. My face was kind of squinched up a little bit. My scissors wouldn't cut the ribbon too well. So anyhow, it was fun. It was fun to have them out there. They were very impressed with the Chuck Wagon Gang and the steaks they cooked, and I think they enjoyed their time at the show.
Well, thank you. We always have important people on our show, and now we have celebrities. So,
all right. Thank you.
I'll be watching for that. We appreciate all the work you do.
Well, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. And we'll be right back.
Don't miss the National Petroleum Day tailgate on August 27th. It's free and open to the public on Wall Street. Presented by the Permian Basin International Oil Show. We'll see you there.
Entertainment for the National Petroleum Day tailgate is brought to you by Out West.
The West Texas plains stretched endlessly, silent under the relentless sun. To most, it was barren land, impossible to tame. But in 1919, Rupert P. Ricker saw potential. Ricker was a University of Texas graduate, Reagan County lawyer, and World War I veteran who took advantage of a 1917 law that allowed the leasing of state land for oil exploration. He and 4 associates made preliminary applications on 431,360 acres owned by the University of Texas in Reagan, Upton, Irion, and Crockett counties. A filing fee of $43,136 was due the General Land Office in 30 days. Ricker intended to promote the land deal in Fort Worth and sell enough leases to pay the filing fee. But when he found no interest in his land deal as the 30-day deadline neared, he sold his ideas, maps, and preliminary leases for $2,500 to an old Army friend from El Paso, Frank T. Pickrell. Pickrell and his partner, Hayman Krupp, a prosperous El Paso merchant, had no better luck promoting the acreage than had Ricker, not wanting to lose their investment, but still hoping to promote the leases. Pickrell and Krupp decided to develop the acreage themselves. Krupp borrowed the money to cover the filing fee. He and his New York friends incorporated as Texan Oil and Land Company to raise capital, but the company stock sold too slowly to fund drilling on the acreage. Pickrell then persuaded the board of directors to approve a sales promotion for certificates of interest in a 16-section block of leases called Group Number 1. Investors paid $200 each for a 0.0004882 interest in the group, and Texan Oil raised more than $100,000 from the promotion and used some of the capital to make rental payments and to buy used drilling equipment. The first oil test on Group Number 1 acreage was called Santa Rita Number 1, named for the saint of the impossible. The well was spudded on January 8, 1921, just before the 30-day deadline. Pickrell, who had no experience in oil, considered himself lucky to have hired an experienced driller, Carl Cromwell, for $15 a day, and stock in the company. Cromwell moved his family to the lonely drilling site beside the tracks of the Orient Railroad. For 646 days, the cable tool rig pounded, and the 2-man crew bailed the hole. They averaged only 4.7 feet a day. Late on May 27, 1923, the bit drilled into the dolomitic sands called Big Lime, just above the 3,050-foot level. Cromwell shut down the well when he saw gas bubbles escaping from the casing head. The driller and his tool dresser, D. Laughlin, were convinced they had an oil well and left the site to lease surrounding mineral acreage while the discovery was yet unknown. Early on May 28th, with no further drilling, the Santa Rita roared to life, sprayed oil over the top of the derrick, and covered a 250-yard area around the site. The well attracted the attention of area residents and scouts from major oil companies, and Pickrell eventually enlisted the aid of independent oilman Mike Benedum to test the extent of his field. Benedum's efforts proved that the area was indeed rich in oil, and that Santa Rita Number 1 was just a small beginning for the men who promoted it. for the University of Texas and for other oil-rich areas of the Permian Basin. In 1940, under the leadership of the Texas State Historical Association, the Santa Rita rig was moved from its original site to the University of Texas campus in Austin. Its presence commemorates a time of transformation for both the University of Texas and Texas A&M University, which shared in the university's land royalties. In 1990, after almost 67 years of production, the Santa Rita No. 1 was finally plugged. Oh, and I know some of you are wondering, did Rupert Ricker make anything out of the Santa Rita deal in the end? No, Rupert Ricker did not get money back directly from the Santa Rita well itself, because he had already sold his leases to Frank Pickrell and his partner, Hayman Krupp, for a flat fee of $2,500 before the well was drilled. While Ricker missed out on the immense wealth generated by the discovery, he continued in the oil business in subsequent years through other partnerships and enterprises.
Don't miss the National Petroleum Day tailgate on August 27th. It's free and open to the public on Wall Street. Presented by the Permian Basin International Oil Show. We'll see you there.
Entertainment for the National Petroleum Day tailgate is brought to you by Out West.
Welcome back to the Oil, Gas, and Energy Show. You know, the oil show brings $20 million into our local economy, and I think that number's light. I think people spend much more than that during the week of oil show. Not only does that bring revenue to our hotels and our food and beverage industry, but it also brings tax revenue in. If you think about 20 million, well, that's $1.6 million of tax revenue that you and I don't have to pay. So it's important to the economy, it's important to our local businesses. Join us next time on Oil, Gas, and Energy, right here on First Alert 7.
Texas Oil, Gas, Energy Show.